Oh, that sound, or the lack of a sound, right? That sudden deafening silence, where you should be hearing the hum of the fridge, or the whir of the blender, okay? Let's get right into it, because that moment, an appliance decides to quit on you. It doesn't have to be a total disaster. Oh, you know that exact feeling. The dishwasher just stops mid-cycle. The blender just stares back at you, refusing to blend. And your mind immediately starts racing, right? You're thinking about the cost, the sheer hassle of having to buy a new one. Not to mention the mountain of dirty clothes or sad, unblended smoothie ingredients. But here's the thing, what if most of the time you have the power to fix it yourself? Seriously, this goes way beyond just saving a few bucks. It's about taking back control. So let's talk about how you can become the hero of your own home, one broken appliance at a time. All right, first things first. We're going to start with the simple stuff. The easy wins. These are the first aid fixes that honestly solve the problem a surprising amount of the time. And you don't even need to pick up a single tool. Think of it like appliance CPR. Okay, so your washing machine won't spin. Super common problem. Before you even think about panicking, just pop the lid open and move the clothes around. An unbalanced load is like the #1 reason this happens. If that doesn't do it, take a look at the little plastic switch. The lid pushes down on when it closes. If that thing is busted, the machine thinks the lid is still open and for safety. It just won't spin simple as that. Next up, the dryer's not heating up. The very first thing you do, every single time, is clean out that lint trap. If it's clogged, hot air can't get through, and it'll feel like the whole thing is broken. Now, if it's squeaky clean and still not heating, you might be looking at a burnt-out heating element. You can sometimes see it. It'll look like a broken metal coil. And oh, that lovely puddle of murky water at the bottom of the dishwasher. Yeah, we've all been there. 9 times out of 10. The culprit is just a clogged filter. Right at the bottom, just twist it out. Give it a really good rinse under the tap, and that'll probably fix it. While you're at it, peek behind the machine, and make sure the drain hose isn't kinked up. Now, if these super simple fixes don't work, it might be time to actually open the thing up. But hold on. Before we even think about grabbing a screwdriver, we need to have a serious talk about safety. Okay, let's get serious for a minute. Before you unscrew a single thing on any appliance, you have to understand what you're dealing with. Electricity is what makes these things go, and you absolutely have to respect its power. This part is non-negotiable. Seriously, if you get this wrong, nothing else matters. So what exactly is electric current? Well, the best way to picture it is to think of water flowing through a garden hose. It's that flow, that movement of electrons that powers everything. And, well, it's also the part that can really hurt you. And this is a really important distinction. Voltage versus current. A lot of people hear high voltage and think, that's the big scary thing. But voltage is just the pressure, pushing the electricity. Think of it as the water pressure in the hose. It's the current, the actual amount of electricity flowing. That's the real danger to us. Take a look at this number 100 milliamps. It sounds tiny, right? Almost insignificant. Well, that tiny amount of current is more than enough to mess with your heart's rhythm and potentially be lethal. And get this, a small electric drill, something you might have in your garage, uses 30 times more current than that. So the takeaway here is huge. Even the electricity in your everyday appliances is seriously, seriously dangerous. Okay, so now that we have a very healthy respect for what we're working with, let's walk through our first safe hands-on repair. We're going to take on one of the most common issues, an appliance that just seems completely dead. And here it is, the golden rule. The one rule you can never, ever break? Always unplug the device before you do anything else. I mean it, no exceptions. This is the single most important thing you will do to keep yourself safe. All right, let's use a dead blender as our example. First, you've unplugged it right good. The very first thing a pro is going to check is the fuse. It's this tiny little part that's designed to blow, to protect the rest of the machine. You'd use a tool called a multimeter to check if it's still good. After that, check the power switch itself. And finally, you might inspect the motor's brushes. These little carbon blocks that can wear down over time. And check this out. This is why this is so worth learning. A staggering 70% of appliances that seem totally dead have failed because of something as simple as a fuse or switch. We're talking about parts that are often incredibly cheap and easy to replace. Now, being a smart home repair hero also means knowing your limits. This is key. Being empowered isn't about doing everything yourself. It's about being smart enough to know when to stop and call in a pro. So if you see or smell any of these red flags, your job is over if you smell something burning. See sparks or the appliance keeps tripping. The circuit breakers stop. These are signs of a much bigger problem. Calling a professional isn't admitting defeat. It's making the absolute smartest and safest call. You've done your job as a troubleshooter perfectly. So why are we even talking about all this? I mean, beyond just getting your blender to work again. Because when you decide to fix something, you're doing so much more than just saving a few bucks. You're actually joining a revolution. This is the heart of the right to repair movement. It's about pushing back against our just throw it away culture. I mean, every single appliance you rescue from a landfill is a huge win and just as important. Every skill you learn makes you more capable. More confident, it's incredibly empowering. So from now on, when something breaks, don't look at it as a catastrophe. Look at it as a challenge, a puzzle to be solved. You now have the fundamental knowledge to get started, safely. So the only real question is, what are you going to fix first?